Have you ever noticed that no matter what's going on in the economy, no matter who's in power, no matter what outside circumstances, no matter what natural disasters are going on, there are some people who are prospering and there are some people who aren't? What's up with that? Today, I'm going to share with you 3 strategies to wire yourself for abundance so that you will attract prosperity to you no matter what's going on in the world around you. I'm Kate Northrup, author of Money, a Love Story. Untangle your financial woes and create the life you really want. So you know Donald Trump. He's got some funny hair, but he certainly has wiring for abundance. That guy has been bankrupt and then gone back to being in the megabucks category several times. And so why is it that he goes bankrupt, loses everything, and then has built himself an empire again within a few years? And he's done that time after time after time. It's called wiring yourself for abundance, and it's actually possible. Having abundance in your life, financially and otherwise, has a lot less to do with what you're actually doing than it does with the energy with which you do it, and the thoughts that you think, and the words that you speak, and the beliefs that you have as you're doing it. So the good news is, even though you have no control over the economy, you have no control over whether the Democrats or the Republicans are in power, you have no control over what your boss is doing or what your coworkers are doing or how business as usual is going, what you do always have control over is your thoughts, your beliefs, and your behavior, because those are the things that create your reality financially and otherwise. So here are the 3 key things that you need to do in order to wire yourself for abundance. Number 1, pay really close attention, like really close attention to the words and the thoughts that you have when it comes to money. Think to yourself, what were some of the things that you heard growing up? Maybe it was money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think? I'm made from money. We can't afford that. Those are kind of a lot of the phrases that many of us heard growing up. And as an adult, if those are the phrases that you're repeating in your mind over and over again, guess what you're creating? A reality of lack. On the other hand, if you're speaking words of abundance, words of gratitude, words of prosperity, and you're thinking those thoughts as well, if you're celebrating other people's success, if you're celebrating your own success and living in gratitude, what you're going to do is create a life of abundance and affluence and prosperity. So as you're going throughout your day, notice the conversations you're having around money and turn them on the upswing. Bring the silver lining in and notice what's going on in your mental chatter as well. When we are thinking thoughts of lack, we block our abundance. But when we're thinking thoughts of abundance and gratitude and prosperity, we open the floodgates wide to that flow of abundance into our lives. Number 2, watch your judgments. One of the most common things is judging people who have money. Why? Because underneath, we're actually probably jealous. So there are phrases like, oh, well, they have more money than God, or rich people are greedy, or, well, easy for them to say, they're like the Rockefellers or something. But when we judge other people who have abundance, how could we possibly expect our unconscious mind to allow us to have that which we're judging in other people? It just makes no sense. So instead, celebrate the successes of those you see around you who have the kind of abundance you want. When your next door neighbor hires a gardener and their garden is just looking so fabulous and lush, and you think to yourself, man, I would like to have the kind of money that it would take to hire a gardener to work on my gardens. Instead, go over to your neighbor's house and say, thank you so much for these beautiful gardens and for livening up the neighborhood, because every day I get to go by here and look at these gorgeous flowers. Thank you, and they're so stunning. Do you see how much better that feels than sitting in your kitchen window thinking like, meh, 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 must be nice for Susie. She's got all that money from her lawyer husband who she can hire, right? Like that feels gross. So notice and stop yourself anytime you get into judgment or talking badly about somebody who has money, when what you're really wanting to do is attract that to you, and instead switch it to gratitude and celebration. Because when we celebrate what other people have, we get to attract that into our lives as well. Number 3, notice your own abundance. What we put our attention on grows. And so if you're wanting more abundance in your life and to wire yourself to attract more abundance in your life, guess what you have to do? You gotta notice where you're abundant now. Here's an example for you. Say you're wanting to have more money in your bank account and you're thinking, you know what? I'd love to have a few more zeros before the decimal point. What I recommend doing is looking at your bank account balance every day and celebrating the money that you have in there. Now, some days, if things are a little bit tight, and I have been in this place, some days there actually will be a negative balance in your bank account because sometimes you go into overdraft. But in those moments, your opportunity is to celebrate the ways your life is abundant right now. So maybe look at that negative bank account balance and say, you know what? I'm so grateful for my home. I'm so grateful that I have food in the refrigerator. I'm so grateful that I have a best friend I can tell anything I want. Abundance comes in many shapes and sizes, so don't forget to look for it outside of your bank account. The more we focus on gratitude for what we already have, guess what? The more goodness we attract. It's like a giant suction cup sucking in all this amazing goodies into your life. The great Anthony Robbins said that when you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. So, as a summary, these are the 3 key things you need to do to wire yourself for abundance no matter what's going on in the world around you. Number 1, watch your words and thoughts about money and make sure that they are positive. Number 2, be careful of judging others who have money and switch your judgment to gratitude and celebration. And number 3, practice paying attention to the abundance you already have so that you can attract more to you. If you like what you've heard in this video, you can pre-order a copy of this book, Money, a Love Story, over at katenorthrup.com/pre-order. And when you pre-order, you'll get entered to win a free one-on-one Skype coaching, just you and me, where you can ask me anything you want. And everybody who pre-orders the book by August 31st will get access to a live Q&A hangout that's only available to the pre-orderers. So it'll be really intimate and super fun. katenorthrup.com/pre-order. And if you liked this video, press like below, subscribe here on YouTube so you don't miss another episode of Financial Freedom Friday, and I will see you next Friday for the next installment.